Hey guys, it's Cisco Spider, and a lot of older DreamWorks movies tend to have a lot of flaws in their movie, like having unnecessary celebrity voice cast, characters that look a lot like their voice actor, and a lot of pop culture references here and there and everywhere. Just like how Madagascar and Shrek, although I do love those franchises, have way too many pop culture jokes that they just shove down your throat. But imagine a movie by DreamWorks that has every single flaw and DreamWorks trope you can think of condensed into one fishy comedy. And that movie is Shark Tale. So the story is a nobody fish gets mistaken for killing a shark, making him the Shark Slayer, one of the most popular and most feared person in the sea. The story, if you do not know, is very unoriginal. It is your typical underdog story. We've heard it a million times before, and we're going to be hearing it a million times more in the future, like Cloudy at the Chance of Meatballs and the Lego Movie. They don't do anything original or new to add on to this unoriginal plot. This movie is very predictable from top to bottom. You can tell everything that goes on in this movie. It's like, yeah, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is how it's going to end. And that's pretty much how the story goes. You know exactly what's going to happen. And yeah, it's just not a fun movie. And even if it is predictable, it could be entertaining, but it's not entertaining at all. And the reason why I don't find this movie that entertaining is the characters. The characters are very annoying, bland, and just needless. We don't need most of these characters. But for the ones that we do need, we have Oscar, the main character, voiced by Will Smith, that looks really creepy, but we'll get to that later. He is just an annoying character. I do not like Oscar in this movie, or I just don't like him at all. He's just very smug, and we don't get any development from him, although they try to give him some development, but it just doesn't work. I just don't care for this character. He's just a dick to, Sykes, to his, love interests, to all these people. And, like I said, they try to make him likable, but it just doesn't work. I just find this guy really annoying, especially the little scene where it's like, slap your fins. Oh, don't worry, not a lot of white fish can do it. Oh, what? And then there is the ones that we do not need at all. Mainly the love interests, which I don't remember their names, nor do I care about them, which is the Angelina Jolie fish and the Renee Zellweger fish. Those characters do not need to be in this movie whatsoever. They might contribute to a plot a little bit just to go into this scene that is very pointless, but that's about it. If you take out these characters, there won't be much of a change, especially Anne Hathaway's character does nothing to the story. She just drags it on and just is very pointless. And I guess they do need this love triangle, which is very stupid and just drags on the movie for too long. It's stupid. And then there's the sharks, which there is a reason why I do not like the sharks here, is because, well, they try to be like the Godfathers, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I have not yet seen Godfathers, but I heard it was good, and they could have done interesting things parodying the Godfather, except with sharks, with Robert De Niro. That would have been really cool, but they don't explain anything in this movie. I bet no kid would understand what the Godfather is, what the Mafia is, or anything, and it seems like they don't explain what they are and why they're so feared. I know they're sharks and they can kill, but we don't really know what they do. We've never really seen them killing anyone or anything, except for maybe the shrimp thing, which they do not get killed, so that's a waste. But they need to explain, they need to tell us who these characters are, because we barely know anything about them, and that's why I feel these characters are just generic and very one-dimensional, along with other characters like Sykes, that barely get any development, barely any screen time, barely anything. I don't know anything about his character, nor I don't know anything about how, he met with the sharks, and how Will Smith's fish needs to give him $5,000. They don't really explain anything to this movie, which is weird. And the animation is really bad. Really bad. As a kid, I thought the animation was so bad, and, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, so I didn't really think the animation would be that bad, since it was 2004. But rewatching it, Holy crap, dude, it just looks terrible. I mean, Shrek came out in 2001, which is 3 years before this movie, and that looks way better. In fact, Finding Nemo, which is probably one of the most, if not the most beautiful animated films of all time, came out a year before this and looks so much better. It just, the sea does not really look that good if you compare. I know, I guess I shouldn't be comparing Finding Nemo and Shark Tale, but I mean, if you compare them, obviously Finding Nemo is a lot better. I guess you can say that Pixar and DreamWorks does have a lot of more money, so that's kind of why it looks better. But if I'd give Finding Nemo's animation like a 10 out of 10, but Shark Tale I would give like a 3, and this came out in 2004, and, there's movies that looked so much better than this that came out years before, like Monsters, Inc., Ice Age even. Heck, even Jimmy Neutron, I feel, looked a lot better than this, and that came out 2001, and that had terrible animation. It's just very stupid. In fact, when the fishes move, they don't look believable. They just look really weird, especially when, I remember there's one scene where a fish tried to slap the other fish. That looked just terrible. And I have not even talked about the character animation. The character animation is terrible. Very scary, very creepy. As a kid, I didn't really care much for it. They did not look like fishes to me, but they said they were fishes, so I'm like, okay, I'll just believe them. But seriously, they do not look like fishes, except for maybe their fin part. But their face, you can easily tell that, Oscar's character looks like Will Smith and, Angelina Jolie's face on a fish. And all these characters, they put their faces on, like, fishes and sharks, and they just look really not good. Even Shrek. Shrek kind of did that, how Mike Myers, or how Shrek kind of looked like Mike Myers, and at least that looked way better than this. This movie just has disgusting animation. And that was my rant on Shark Tale. This was a request from, again, my friend Cade. He wanted me to review this movie, and there you go. Another shitty animated thing out there for me to review. You happy? Yeah, Shark Tale is definitely the worst DreamWorks movie out there. It's even worse than Shrek 3. Go figure. Yeah, I do not recommend this movie at all. I'd say just watch Finding Nemo again. I don't care if you've seen Finding Nemo a million times. It is so much better and definitely worth any chance you can get to watch that movie. I just found a new appreciation for Finding Nemo thanks to Shark Tale. So, yeah. I'm the Disco Spider. Peace out.